That sounds like
your turn.
Kelly
What do you want
shared
to
our
talk about
conversation from yesterday.
We are live, so let's hear that conversation. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. We're back. We're doing something today. Who knows? Maybe we're just going to chat about YouTube comments for an hour, because that's always fun.
How we feel.
How we feel. I don't know. We're going to play some Forbidden Lands. We haven't done this in like 8 years, I think. So it'll take a little bit of getting back up to speed. I guess we're going to do some introductions. Tell us who you are. Tell us about your character some, because it has been a while. Remind viewers and ourselves about who we are. And then pluggables. I'm Chuck, and you're already on the fucking channel, so that's good enough for me. Adam, why don't you kick us off?
Hello, I'm Adam. I'm with Grim and Perilous Studios, and I am playing Huxley, the young orc sorcerer, who has a certain penchant that sometimes gets him in a little bit of trouble. But he's got a good heart.
Several.
Yeah. Let's see, what I'd like to plug is we just released a new Ancestry for Zweihander RPG, and it is called the Cambion. And I'm not in the right chat on Twitch. But I will get that. I'll get that up here in the chat here real soon. Yeah, it's if you wanted to play something that was, born by the Princes of Chaos, they decided they were jealous of the Gods of Order and that they would create their own, and they gave them free will, and kind of backfired for them. But you can play one of those and see how you like it. So
Cool. All right, moving us on down the list, we got a Jake.
Well, I'm Jake. I'm with the Defenders of Cobalt. I got nothing in particular to... Let me defrost my jaw and try again. I have nothing to plug in particular right now, but I will be playing a goblin named Osborne who has a love of fire and a big hog named Bob.
Bob's the real MVP. All right, moving us on along. I believe there's a Dan down there in the corner.
Hey, everybody. I think it's even been longer since I played this than everyone else. So
Who knows? Like, I've slept since then.
I missed a session I think, too. So I believe there was singing involved.
There was singing, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm playing Steely Dan, our elf, who may or may not be a gem at this point. I'm not really sure what you all did with me. So maybe a thief, not really a thief, a guy with a book and bad rolls.
That's what counts. I do want to backtrack to Jake for just a second. I did forget to mention that Thursday night in our Watercolors and Warriors game, Adam, it did not let you do that. Let me fix that.
Uh-oh.
Now post it.
I'm being bad.
So naughty.
Right at the corner.
There it is. Go check that out.
Thanks.
Oh, did that work? No, it didn't.
I don't have control.
I don't listen. Yeah, anyway, Hooch Goblin. There is now in our Watercolors and Warriors game a legendary goblin called the Hooch Goblin, which has taught all the goblins in the land to make its legendary hooch, which they use for drinking and warfare.
Just remember, if you ever have to catch him, you got to cut off his antlers first.
Truth. All right, getting back on track. Over on the other side, there's a Jeff.
Hey, Adventures in Lollygagging. We play games at twitch.tv/thelollygaggers on Fridays. Do Delta Green Saturdays in the afternoons, evenings. We do Worlds Without Number. So later today, a little bit later than normal. We're starting at 8 Central. So we'll be playing Worlds Without Number. Also a game we haven't played in like a month. So 2 games today. I try to remember how to play. It's awesome. And then on Monday, we're starting up a brand new game, Ultraviolet Grasslands. And you can see some of the ugly people here over on that game. Chuck, Dan. Shit, I forgot. Melissa's in this game. Anyway, let's move on. And then we also play.
Surprise.
Consequences will never be the same.
Whoopsie. Normally it's just like Bert and Jeremy, and I'm like, oh yeah, ugly people. It makes sense. And then other Mondays we do Alien, and you can also see Chuck and Melissa in that game, and Adam and Jen. So also great stuff there. And I am playing Waits, who is a elderly dwarven minstrel who used to have a fairly positive outlook in life, but suffered some kind of horrible trauma not too long ago, and has seen death and has enjoyed what he saw, and is now eager for death to overtake himself and everybody else, really. Yeah, that's him. Kind of like the face, I guess, but he's dresses black all the time.
Yeah,
It's great.
very sad face.
Yeah,
Yes, it is now.
Yeah.
weathered
Weathered.
look to him. Yeah.
Next up, we got Melissa.
Melissa with Adventures in Lollygagging. Everything that Jeff said. You can also check out our YouTube channel at Adventures in Lollygagging. In this game, I play Balari the Mistwalker. She is a 64-year-old halfling druid who, because of a bad roll, looks like a golden retriever. And I think I forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
That is now a thing, that she has a
Or a
dog
good roll.
face.
Ooh, maybe.
Improvement? Who knows?
Who knows?
And the ears too, which are hidden under hats.
There you go.
Yeah, she has had a few different things that she is prideful of during this campaign. And as they say, after pride comes a fall, and she's lost multiple prides during this campaign. So as of right now, she can shoot an arrow as straight as anyone. We'll see how long that lasts.
Nice. All right. And last but not least, rounding out our crew, we have Jen.
Hey everybody, it is Jen. I have a Twitch channel called Pixel Prowler, and we do some streaming over there. We do games. I'm starting to do a little bit more of Stream Raiders during the day, something for you to tune into when you're maybe still working from home, not doing anything. We'll be back Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I will be using a webcam for the first time in a long time on my channel.
Oh, cool stuff. Go check it out. I don't remember my commands or Jeff commands anymore. So I know I've got a command for Pixel Prowler in there. Maybe it's just Jen.
It's
Is
just
it
Jen.
so?
Yeah. Is it Hootie Who? No.
Is it?
I don't know what it is. Go check out Jen on Pixel Prowler. I don't
There we
even
go.
know anymore.
You guys are so cute.
I think that's the Gen command on Lollygaggers.
I think so.
The Hootie Who one, yeah. If you type
Yeah.
exclamation point Jen, you get Hootie Who.
Anyway, so go check out Jen on Pixel Prowler. That's it. That's the important part. That's the stream. Good night, everyone. We'll see you on Tuesday. So last session, a long time ago in a, was it this month or was it last month? I don't even fucking remember anymore. Dear Lord. You all were hanging out in Stone Loom Mines. You heard that there was a sword down there that had one of these gems you're looking for. And after befriending a monstrous little girl made of meat in the not regular way that children are made of meat, and befriending this little girl's giant worm monster mother, they just handed the sword over. I think that sounds right.
Yeah. We gave
We
her
had
a
cool
present.
birthday party. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an awesome birthday party. Gave her a present, cake. Someone baked a cake. Who baked the cake? Is that you, Balari?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Good ball,
Yeah.
good Balari.
It was okay.
And then
It
we
was
sang
The
sang
best
Happy Birthday.
cake she's had in decades.
Yeah, it's depending on your palate. It was either
Yes.
just okay or marvelous.
Yeah. But yeah, then you all ventured back home. We're gonna pick up in Weatherstone to cover the overall story so far. You all have been kind of on the hunt for the Stannengeist crown and all of the extra gems that go in it. You have had your hands on all the components, but the first gem that you got, you handed over to the Red Runners, the, elven rebels, whatever you want to call them. And they took it and they ran off with it to Pelagia. And they're like, hey, you want to work together some more? Come check us out in Pelagia. And that's kind of the story. You've been throwing all of your loot that you've got in your crypt with a Minotaur to guard it. Totally not going to come back and bite you in the butt later, not in the least. So yeah, we pick the story back up with you all walking back up to Weatherstone. Now there's been some upgrades to Weatherstone since you've last been here. You hired a bunch of, workers, a builder. You now have an outdoor market. So as you approach it, you can see actual market stands and stalls kind of set up outside the castle. There's not really anyone working there yet, but, there's signs that, it's seen some form of activity. You've also managed to expand your staff, I guess, your hirelings. The lumberjacks, the quarrymen, and the builder were all temporary. You hired them out for a month, so they got, probably another week or two left on the amount of money that you paid them. But you also managed to rescue while you were down there. We'll call it rescue. This dude named Agram and his 3 friends, Steve, Steven, and Stefan. And they've all arrived at Weatherstone. And I've flagged them down as farmers because that was the category that best fit their skills. Well, you still got Helidim. You're kind of the person you left in charge. You've got Kurg the ogre, who knows, who likes taking bandits and putting their heads on spikes outside.
That's my boy.
That's your boy. Alacrin, who runs the inn. Meloria, who actually is working at Weatherstone until you can escort her home to Pelagia. And then finally, you have Sarga, the merchant, who you've picked up and is going to be running your market stalls. Hey, Adam, thanks for the sub. That is amazing, friend.
You're welcome. Quad content.
Yeah. So that's kind of where you left it off. You approach the castle, you head on in. You're greeted by, your homies that work for you here. What all do you want to do?
Wait, so we started the session in the keep?
Yeah.
We get a willpower.
You get a willpower.
Yay.
It's not because I'm setting you up for something bad at all, and I know you need all the help you can get. Not at all. Just wanted a nice, peaceful start to the first session back.
Yeah.
Never even crossed our mind.
All right, who's losing an arm?
Well, Matt's
Matt
not
here.
here.
Matt's not
nominate
here.
Matt's not
myself
here.
for that.
We'll invite him for a one shot just so we can take his arm.
Just to rip his arm off.
I don't know. I already lost a foot, so I mean, it wouldn't be too much more to lose an arm.
That's true.
Right. You have like a metal foot, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a very cool metal foot, but yeah.
The stealthiest thief ever.
Yeah.
Clink.
Clink.
I would just want to take a tour of our new stronghold here. Got
Yeah. So go through.
It
You've got
looks different.
Yeah, they've fixed it up. It's clean. You now have a quarry set up so you can start harvesting stone. You got a mill set up so you can start processing timber. I'll say Alacrin's the first to greet you. And let me refresh on Alacrin was our orc minstrel. So he's like, oh yeah, we lots of work. We've had merchants coming and going. We're actually, starting to see a, pickup in visitors, and finances are evening out. It's really nice. It's good. We do have we picked up those farmers that you sent this way, and they've settled in, happy to no longer be doing crime for a living.
Excellent.
We did pick up a handful of days ago. We got a tailor, a lady from Fearspire showed up, saying that you all were looking for, skilled people. Her name's Tosca. She got into a little trouble in Fearspire. She's assures us it's nothing big, but I guess the mayor there was being a little lecherous and she had to get out of town.
And I'll do a head count and make sure that everyone that we sent this way came here.
Yeah. So the only person you kind of talked to that maybe wouldn't have made it here would have been the dude who was in that balloon.
Yeah.
But he gave it as a maybe. So the dwarves and everything that you rescued from the mines, you went ahead and they were actually from Fearspire. So when it came time to part ways, they headed home. But yeah, so far it seems pretty spot on. Hey, thanks for those bits, Captain. That means everyone gets another willpower point.
Woo-hoo.
So go ahead and add that up.
So second stop for
Thank you.
Bellari is going to be the kitchen. It should have been cleaned by this point.
Cleaned. You've got you got Alucran, you got Meloria, both of them kind of handling the end portions of it, which involves the kitchen. And they've done a good job. They've got it cleaned up. They've managed to get in some decent cookware. Yeah, it's looking good. They don't have anyone staffing the kitchen full time, but the two of them, team up and work on it together when it's mealtime.
Then I will get in there and make sure that we've got something fresh out of a large kitchen for our return.
Sure, yeah. You hop in there, you get to it, start working on helping them get meals set up. Why don't you go ahead and roll me your survival test, seeing as you're on your home turf and your own professional kitchen. Go and take like a +3 bonus on that.
Awesome. And I actually just upgraded my chef talent with the XP from last time. And so now the food that I cook is so delicious, whoever eats it immediately recovers a point of lost empathy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
I'm good at cooking.
You should make that your pride at some point.
You,
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh, my bad. Oh, are you gonna want to push that?
Classic. Classic Bellari.
I know. I get prideful about something and I screw it up. Holy crappies. All right. Well.
Oh my gosh.
So you can't break from pushing a roll, but maybe you're a little more exhausted from travel than what you realized, and you're just making a mess of
They have not
everything.
put anything here where I thought it should go. Like constantly, I'm like, I think something should go over here, and it's not where it is, and I just am so flummoxed.
Eventually, Alucran politely steps in. He hands you a glass of wine. He's just like, why don't you just go sit over there and put your feet up for a little bit? You've been traveling. We'll handle this one. You help us with the next one. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's great.
Fine. Wake me when it's dinner time.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else want to do anything?
I want to go to the nearest fireplace I can and start a fire.
Oh yeah.
Then I want to poke at it with Malagorn.
So I've got some bad news for you.
Oh no.
You have in kind of your great hall there this giant fireplace, but it's already going, man.
Well, then I'm just going to have to poke at it with the Malagorn.
You can still poke at it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you take
absolutely.
this priceless artifact and you start poking at the coals with the tip of the sword. And it works great as a fire poker.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I think Waits will check in with Helidim and Purge about any trouble, like anything going on, especially from the north with that crazy forest stuff up there.
So it's
what's his name?
Yeah, so it's good news. In this, no more bandit incursions since Purge set up his warning fence. There were a couple, ruffians, hooligans may be a good way to put it, but, Heladim asked nicely, and then Purge asked his form of nicely. And they very quickly, concluded their business and left. The only thing out of the normal recently was just Tosca showing up. And it wasn't anything weird or anything, just, random lady shows up and says, "Hey, I want to work for you. Heard you're hiring."
That we are.
Did Heladim do like a background check, get some references or anything like that?
There's not really a background check. Like, there's no one to call. She seems nice enough. She's good at, tailor work. We've got her patching up some clothes here and there. Nice lady.
Okay.
No trouble so
Yeah.
far.
He has her stand in different places with different backgrounds behind her and is like, this one looks good. This one looks good.
Or that background's not
sunset,
so good.
Sunset looks good, but morning, no.
Yeah.
I think if there's no immediate issues or recent issues, I think Waits will then go watch Osborne poke at the fire with Malakarn.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything too exciting to do here except probably also that.
Okay. So some of you are napping. Some of you are poking a fire. Grace or Huxley, did you have anything you wanted to?
I was definitely napping.
Okay. We got another
Or
napper.
am napping.
Napping
Yes.
is fantastic.
Huxley just is checking in on where we are as far as our building projects go.
Okay.
He's just kind of curious about that.
So when you check in, his name is Stan. He's the builder that was hired. The mill was no trouble. Quarry, we've got that situated. We were going to have a meeting with Heladim and Alacrin in the morning to talk about, you've still got us paid for a couple weeks. See if there's any future projects or anything else you wanted us to start working on.
Well, I know what I want you to work on, but I'm not the one in charge. So,
Okay. I mean, what do you got? I mean, at least if it's going to come up, I can be prepared to come up with some kind of planning for it.
Oh, I was wanting some form of temple.
Okay.
Places for rituals and the like.
Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be an issue. You got plenty of space here inside, or we could look at building something outside. Let's see. Is there a temple in the list?
It's a shrine.
A shrine?
I think.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Yeah.
Shrine was what I was looking
And then
for.
we need it's 80 wood or 80 stone. Does anyone have the builder talent? Grace, you have the builder talent, right? Yeah. So long as we have somebody with that. It takes 1 week, and we would have to dedicate it to a specific god. So Rustem or some other forbidden lands,
Deity.
etc. Yeah.
Yeah, so not only Grace, you have the builder's talent, so you could certainly oversee this too. You do, like I said, do have this builder on pay for 2 weeks too, so that way, if you wanted to get him started and then he could kind of take over.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Well, then I'll go to where everyone is, poking the fire and say, good afternoon. Or is it afternoon, morning?
We'll say it's afternoon. Afternoon sounds good.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's quite a lovely fire we have.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So I just checked in with the builder, and he said that he was looking like he'd be wrapping up soon, and that we paid him for a few extra weeks as well. And I was wanting to know if maybe we could see about building a shrine.
Any reason why not?
I don't think so, no.
Seems fine. Is there a
Mm.
particular deity you want to build this to?
Well, see, that's the thing. We'd have to discuss it. Not everyone feels the same about all the deities. And I need to really quickly grab the book and see what deities there are.
So actually in Foundry, if you go to the, I think it's the player's handbook? No, maybe, or is it the GM's guide? Who knows where it's at?
It's journal, legends, and notes, and then gods.
Okay.
There's a couple others that aren't listed there, but that's where they're at.
Yeah, those are the big ones. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Forgive me. I'm just trying to real quick. I know it's not flow. It was.
It's always Raven. Draw a little bit of attention to ourselves.
Right? That won't cause trouble at all.
It won't cause any trouble whatsoever. Yeah, I think for his voice.
It's all depending on if you want to gain someone's favor or belay someone's wrath.
You
I
can
mean,
always.
There is the Nightwalker.
There's always Horn. Horn's pretty cool.
But seeing as how we've recently befriended the Raven sisters, I think we could build it to Whale as well. But you never want the Nightwalker on your bad side.
Be fair, I wouldn't consider myself a devout man, so I'll trust in your decision, Huxley. Whatever you think is best.
Well, I am partial to two. And like I said, that's the Nightwalker and Whale. It's just still dependent on which ones you want. Do you want to belay someone's wrath, or do you want to curry favor?
So let's see. Oh my gosh, I have to do math. This is terrible news.
Or we could always build a root cellar.
I kind of lean towards Nightwalker, what with their association with nature.
So I'll say that you have managed to accumulate 132 units of stone. Is there a place to mark that?
That after the stuff we've already built.
I
Yeah.
think that if it is the Nightwalker, we definitely want to build it out of stone.
Mm-hmm.
Wood is not always the most friendly to wash blood out of.
Oh, yeah.
And
Just
let's
as
see.
sometimes
The
by
shrine
blood
we could
sacrifice.
do. The root cellar, we would have to wait for more quarry
Yeah,
activity to
doesn't-
happen.
Right.
Yeah, so the mill, that's giving you flour and grain. You did have lumberjacks who were supplying the wood for that. So yeah, if you wanted to do the shrine, you could kick them off on that. It takes a week to build. You do have enough stone to do it.
Well,
That works.
All right.
which god are we doing this for?
The problem with Whale is that association with the Raven sisters might bring the Rust brothers down on us, which, to be clear, I'm not entirely concerned with, but it might cause some of the people we have under our roof not an insignificant amount of harm. We've seen what they do to other towns and folks that don't necessarily subscribe to their religious worship.
And
I am rather fond of walkers.
As am I.
Very well then.
Now, Walker, it is, I suppose.
I think so.
Unless Osborne and Bob have a good reason to say otherwise.
I mean, if you like nature, ashes make trees grow big, so you can always go horn. But, nature proper also works.
Fault of no one.
Oh, I don't see him in the list here.
He may not be. I don't think it included.
Fire god or volcano god or something like that. Is
Yeah.
that right, Jake? Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
When
no,
I start
don't have
fires,
trouble.
I do it for horn. But,
Yes. Yeah, definitely for God. Mhm. You definitely don't enjoy them.
Oh, no, not at all.
We could go ahead and make the shrine the Nightwalker, and then we could make this fireplace here, Osborne, the commemorative horn fireplace.
Oh,
Inscribed on the mantle some sort of prayer to Horn. Compromise.
Hey, that works just fine. Yeah, if you got some chalk, I'll just write it up here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
That
did.
sounds good.
Slightly incorrect. Let me see if I entered it in wrong.
I do have chalk you can borrow right now.
All right, excellent.
One
Nice.
of those, either Agram, I think Agram, he wasn't a farmer. He was actually trained in as a blacksmith's apprentice.
Oh,
So you've got someone who could do smithy work for you as well.
Yeah,
Nice.
get a bunch of nails together.
Okay. So, am I correct in what I heard? A shrine dedicated to the Nightwalker?
think so.
And then
And
the
a fireplace
fireplace
dedicated to Horn.
It'll get a plaque.
A Horn commemorative fireplace within the
Yeah.
inn.
In the meantime, it's being chalked on.
There you go.
Whatever prayer you're writing in chalk, I'll ask our new blacksmith if he could affix some kind of bronze plaque engraved with said prayer over top of the fireplace in honor of our friend Osborne.
Cool. So it's after you come up with your plans, you convey the plans to all the important people. Work can begin. Tosca, I've forgotten her name because I closed my notes. Because I'm smart. There it is. Tosca. She actually comes up and introduces herself to all of you. You know, middle-aged human woman. You know, silver gray hair, kind of tied back in a loose braid. Oh, you must all be my new benefactors. It's such a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Tosca from Fierce Spire, and I'm quite skilled with the needle and thread. So if you need anything patched at all, you just let me know. And good old Tosca, I'll take care of you.
Sounds great.
It was very kind for your servants to agree to take me on without you being there. I, needed to get out of Dodge, as they say. And I heard that you all were hiring, so here we are.
The nature of your arrival here, is there some reason to suspect there might be more trouble coming out of Fiercepire soon?
No, I didn't have any family really there, so I was able to leave, and no one should really come looking for me, and no one knows where I went. I will warn that I will probably never be able to return to Fiercepire. The village elder, he proposed to me, and I said no in probably less than a pleasant way, but he's not a good person. And so, he kind of put a warrant out for my arrest. So away I went.
That sounds a little difficult.
It was not fun.
Sorry you had to experience that. I guarantee that such an experience will not be repeated here.
I appreciate that. I truly do. It's been a joy working here so far. Everyone's been very welcoming and friendly and helped me get set up. It's been good. I've appreciated it.
And if any of Mayor's minions come looking for you here, just direct their attention to Purge and Helidim, and I'm sure negotiations will go in your favor.
That's good to know. I've actually been working on a project for Purge. He doesn't know it yet. But the whole loincloth thing, so I'm making him a uniform. A cute little vest and some trousers.
Hopefully not too new.
No, I mean, they're Purge-sized. I kind of asked him about some of the things he likes. And I'm kind of embroidering some of that on him. That way, it'll really reflect who he is. So there's some heads on spikes. Also daffodils. He really likes the smell of daffodils. So I've got
no kidding
daffodil trim along the bottom.
Well, you might have him wearing something a little nicer before too long.
Yeah. He also likes beer. Wonderful. So there's some beer steins on the shoulders. So
beer steins, daffodils, and heads on spikes.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful collage of imagery.
It took some artistic gymnastics on my parts to get it to all kind of tie together, but I think everyone's going to be very happy with it.
Sounds like
wonderful.
It sums him up nicely somehow.
Yeah. So I've been told that you're all the adventuring type. That's exciting.
Yeah. Sometimes a little too exciting as I clank my metal foot on the ground.
Oh my.
Is this the very first time that we're
very first time you're meeting her?
Laurie's taking a nap, but she would be very suspicious if she were talking to this woman.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. She seems to be striking up a conversation, but it also could be asking a bit too much. And so Huxley's going to pay particular attention to her responses and her mannerisms.
Okay.
When she's asking questions, when she gets the answers to them.
Okay. I would like you to go ahead and just give me an insight test. And we'll just use that for this conversation. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boo. All right, I love willpower.
You do? Okay. All right. So you got a success. So yeah. You'll be paying attention, and if you notice anything, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you're all the adventuring type. That must be exciting. Probably quite dangerous though, since things are a bit crazy out there since the blood mist lifted.
That's certainly one way to put it.
Yeah.
Have you had experience out there then?
No. After, I lived further to the south for a while with my mother, but after my father died and it was safe to travel, we went north. Initially, we found ourselves in Frostcliff, but I don't know if you've been there, but things are a bit creepy. Mm-hmm. So then we made our way to Fierspire, and sadly, she passed. The sickness took her one winter, and I was there since until my trouble with the elder.
What sort
Where
of trouble?
In the south?
Further, small village. You probably haven't heard of it. So this would definitely kind of catch you there, Huxley. She almost seems to be searching. Small village, little further south than Hagler's house. I don't know if you would have heard of it. Westboro.
Oh, Westboro. Okay. Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, okay. Well, you have heard of it.
I'm a traveling musician. I've been all over.
I've heard of Westboro. particularly because of their religious practices.
We were never really religious. And I was too young to really remember any of that. What all did you hear?
That it was either you're a part of them or you're condemned.
Oh, I don't know anything on that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Maybe that's why my mother had to leave after my father died. Sadly, she's not around for me to ask anymore.
My condolences.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. Anyway, now that I've dragged the mood down, heading off on new adventures? Or are you here to stay a while? I'd be happy to work up some new outfits for you if you're going to be here for a bit.
I'm not quite sure how long we'll be here.
Okay. I do know that I've talked with let me confirm the right name here. I've talked with Meloria quite a bit. She says at some point you're going to be taking her home. Is that still something you're doing, or is she going to be with us a while longer?
I mean, we did promise to take her home, so that's something we will be doing eventually.
Well, pretty much, seeing as our weight is our leader, if you must ascribe that title, I would lean on whatever he wants to do.
Oh, okay. It's always good to have someone calling the shots, you know. Too many cooks in the kitchen, they say, or too many chefs, or whatever the phrase is.
We only need one chef around here.
Oh, very well. Okay. Well, I think that
Have you had her
Oh.
cooking?
I haven't yet. I'm presuming that you're speaking of Bilari.
I am.
No,
You really should try it before you or we leave, if ever.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere, so
That's good.
of course, I haven't had anything since I showed up. You know, while you were all away, and it's hard to have food from someone who you've never met before.
Well, shall I invite you to dinner when we have it?
Oh, that would be fantastic. I would love that.
You're invited to dinner when
Well,
we have it.
Thank you very much. I look forward to it. I do need to get back to some of my chores, but it's been a pleasure meeting you all, and I look forward to making acquaintance with Bilari and Grace as well. Probably tonight for dinner then. So thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And she scuttles off to do whatever it is that, she's got to do. You definitely feel that some of those questions were very probing. Asking about your travels, asking about if you were taking Meloria back home anytime soon. But she did seem pleasant, nice, helpful.
Do I need to relay the obvious as I turn to the other three?
I don't think so. I mean, that's why I tried to not state anything specific.
Mhm.
It could be that she's truly trying to be a help. It could be. But either way, she's definitely looking for details.
Considering the items we carry, I don't trust anyone we come across who asks questions about where we're going and why we're headed there.
Let's ask the fox to sniff her out.
We could.
Maybe she's a demon. Who knows?
Could be.
Or disingenuous, at least. I mean, these guys sense for magic.
Last handful of times you were here, you had Finnegan stay in the watchtower.
Yeah.
Would you have redirected him back to the watchtower? Because I think that's also where Kurg is staying as well.
Probably. I mean, I don't see any reason why we would do things differently than normal.
Okay. So just point out, if you wanted to talk to Finnegan, that's where he would be.
So what now?
Well, you do like Osborne says and have Finnegan around while we have dinner. You've already invited her to dinner. I can have Finnegan sitting in the corner pretending to be a pet, quietly, unassumingly observing. The rest of us strike up conversation. Speak with Helidum, see if we can send a runner off to Fear Spire and Frost Cliff to see if that can dig into her a little bit more. Make sure the story that she spun is accurate and true.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to send anyone so south as Westboro but ourselves. It's a long hike.
It is, and their followers are particularly zealous.
Might not hurt to speak with Meloria either to see just what about our promises to her and our past exploits. She's gone and blabbed to Tosca. Or just throw her in Horn's fire and be done with it. I'm just
Give her
kidding.
to the Minotaur. Maybe he needs some meat.
We also do need to have a very frank conversation, a private one, about just what in the hell we're going to do with these artifacts. We're going to carry them with us, thus put a target perhaps on our back. Are we going to leave them here?
Technically, I've been carrying Respite with us the whole time.
Yeah, but we've only had the one. Now we have multiple.
Of course, it doesn't have any gems or anything in it, but
We'll put them all in a sack. We'll put that sack at the bottom of one of Kurg's crap holes, and then Kurg will bury it for us. I mean, who's gonna want to dig through all that to get to the good stuff, right?
Are you going to retrieve it?
I'll come up with how we retrieve it. I'll think about it.
that'll be important.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, well, so
All right. So walk me through what you're doing first.
Do we want to go talk to our good fox friend first?
Well, some of us can go get Finnegan. The others can probably go talk to Meloria and just get some kind of background on how much she told Tosca and whether or not she volunteered the information or whether or not Tosca like kind of probed for it from her.
I'm not a great talker, and I'm tolerable with Finnegan, so maybe I'll go for him.
Okay. I'll go speak with Meloria.
I'll keep an eye on the fireplace, just in case, and I'll
I'll
think
go with
about
weights.
that crap hole retrieval system.
Okay. So someone's going to go talk to Meloria. Was someone who was going to go talk to Finnegan?
I was. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do Meloria first since you're already here.
Okay. I'll go back too.
So yeah, she's working in the kitchen. You go in, you can see Alucrin and Meloria working. You can see Bellari napping peacefully in a large cushy chair next to the fireplace.
For a quarter day so that I can get my wits back.
There you go. Empty glass of wine kind of sits on the ground next to Bellari. But yeah, Meloria, she's there going about her business, probably kneading some dough or stirring a pot.
Meloria, can I have a word with you? You can wake up Bellari to finish your duties if you like.
We'll let her rest. It might be better for the kitchen at this moment.
No, it's no trouble at all. Yeah.
What can I help you out with?
Holding a bucket of water ready to throw on Bellari. Just give me the word. I'll wake her up.
She's fine. Please let her. let her
All right,
rest.
you know best. I don't know much about kitchen stuff. I'm more front of the house fella. So how you finding your time here with the new folk and whatnot? Everything working out okay?
Yeah, everyone's fantastic. It's making friends, keeping busy. I do
Oh, yeah?
I do look forward to making it back home, but
Sure.
this is a good place to be until we can make that journey.
Of course. Friends, huh? Anybody know?
Well, Alacrit and I get along very well.
Oh, yeah. He's a swell man.
He's absolutely kind. Stefan, one of the new farmhands who's came on, I think he's a bit smitten with me, but
Oh,
I've been enjoying dragging it out a bit. The attention's nice. Tosca, she's been absolutely pleasant. Everyone needs a good gal pal to have someone you can chat to.
Now, I've spent more than my fair time with Alacrin, and I met Stefan down in the south, and we spent some time together down there. But I don't really know much about Tosca. I'd like to know who's living here. So, what can you tell me about her?
Great seamstress, coming up from Fiercepire after some unpleasant business, but very, very nice, very chatty. Goes on and on about stories and different things that she's heard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she likes the old, the old tales of how the lands were formed and kings come and gone. It's a bit of a storyteller, that one. It's quite pleasant.
Any in particular?
Well, she talks about how when Clay came over, and how make sure I'm saying the right names here. Ooh. I need to just check the book. I don't want to say a name and then be like, haha, and then I'm like, oh no. I have to hold the book the right way, though.
Flicking cold water on Balari. I'm putting
I need my quarter day.
putting her hand into the bucket of water.
Oh.
Yeah, telling stories about how the Raven guided the first people to the Raven lands, and how the Raven was made out of iron, and how the wood, the snake that she carried, or that the Raven actually carried, was made out of wood, and that's what gave the people the first tools that they needed to help settling in the Raven lands.
Wow. Seem to know quite a bit about the Raven. Fascinating.
Yeah, she knows a lot of stories. She says that her mother and her father used to tell them to her.
Well, that's just wonderful. I love stories too. It's it's how I get my business. Turn them stories into song. Just turn that song into coin. Turn that coin into this lovely place that we're all living in right now.
You've done a fantastic job.
Well, it's not just me; it's everybody, you included. You've been a fine addition. I'm sorry to see you go.
Thank you. It's good to be appreciated.
Well, that's true. It is. It is. Well, I have taken up more time of yours than I should have. Why don't you go ahead and let you get back to work there? And we might be talking with you again pretty soon. We're discussing our next steps, and we'll reach out once we figure out what our plans are and see if we'll bring you along with us. But you have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. Very well. And she goes back to her chores. I will say, if you want to confirm any information, if you don't know it off the top of your head, is you can give me a lore test.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm putting in our Forbidden Lands chat. I put Osborne's plan for the hiding of the stuff.
Okay. It's
God damn painting.
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely
genius.
beautiful.
Oh, jeez.
That's gotta. I gotta get that on the stream somehow. We can keep talking while I work on that.
Jake has given us a diagram of Kurg's crap hole and where stuff should go. It's quite brilliant. 2 successes on my lore roll.
So, yeah, the thing that really catches you there is that the original kind of legend, creation legend for how the first people came here. You being of dwarven ancestry, you know how it's taught for the dwarves. The dwarves and the elves were already here. They were created to create and expand the world, and the elves are here to populate it. Very specifically, how she tells that story that the raven was made of iron and that the snake was made of wood is very specifically a teaching of the Rust brothers.
Right. That was my concern. Okay.
I'm just going to hit show all so everyone can see Jake's wonderful plan.
I think
Yeah,
we should do it. Solid.
She was. Oh my God! There it is.
That can
Yeah,
just live there.
she was giving me vibes of someone that was like trying to drop hints about like the ravens and seeing if we were a raven settlement, like some of the others that are getting burned up, something like that. Okay.
She also told the kind of story that like you're just gonna accept as truth and not want to ask a lot of questions about.
Yeah, and then when Huxley and I probed a little further, she kind of had a grasp at straws at that point. So like her cover didn't go back that far or something like that.
Cool. All right, well, let's hop over to Steely Dan and Finnegan. Was anyone else going with Steely Dan? Okay. So Steely Dan, you make your way out to the guard tower. Purge is out on patrols, presumably. But you can head on in. You make your way up to the second tier of it. And you can see that there's been someone set up like a small little shelter up here. And it looks like a bunch of the pillows and blankets from the castle have been raided and set up as a nice cushy sleeping spot. But as you come up the stairs, you look up and there's Finnegan just sitting up at the top, looking down at you. Hey there, boss. Wasn't expecting visitors. Why don't we go downstairs and have a chat?
Okay, everything all right up there?
Everything's great. Everything's great.
I mean, when you say it that way, it's a little concerning.
Don't be concerned about anything. It's just, my room's a mess right now. And I kind of don't want you to see that I've been stealing pillows from the castle.
I mean, I don't really care about the pillows.
That's fantastic. Come on up. I'll show you my place.
Okay. I mean, we can get more pillows.
Yeah, so it's like, think of like a children's like playhouse, kind of like wood it's almost like a tiny little cabin up here, large dog house. It's actually been constructed. So like there's got nails hammered into it. It's got like a crude roof built onto the top of it.
You do all this yourself or somebody?
Well, I'm a fox of many talents.
That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So, just, what brings you here, buddy?
Well, we got kind of an odd character that showed up at Weatherstone here, and I'm hoping maybe you can kind of help us,
I am always up to help. Whatever you need, I am happy to provide. What do you need me to do?
We're gonna do some dinner with them later tonight, and I'm hoping that you can kind of just hang around with us. We'll give you some food from the table. Your our pet. And I'm kind of, you can just kind of
just watch, see what I can figure out. I gotcha. Secret mission spy stuff.
Yeah, hoping to use your intuition.
You got it. Listen, I was going to ask, like, hey, if you want me to do this, not a problem, but I would like some good food. But you already said you're going to give me good food off the table. So we totally got a deal here, buddy. I am all on board.
Sounds good. We think that she might be up to some less than savory things. So
Well, if anyone can figure that out, it's this fox right here. See, points back at his own face.
definitely appreciate it. I'll go ahead and give him some food now too.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, hey, you mind if I follow you on in and get a lay of the land and figure out where I want to set up for
Sure.
optimal dropping of the eaves there at dinner tonight?
Yeah, it would be kind of a little strange to just introduce you all of a sudden, at dinner. So we can kind of work this in and make it look a little natural.
Fantastic. Lead the way, boss man. I'll follow you there.
All right. So I'll head back in and probably kind of take a quick walk up to my room, maybe stop in, the dining area, and then maybe go back to hang out in the hall or something.
All right. So which one is it that I'm spying on? Is
No.
it that Huxley? I gotta tell you,
Nah.
he's got hungry eyes on him.
Tosca.
Tosca. I don't think I've
Seems-
met Tosca before.
Yeah, she seems like she just arrived while we were gone. So
Always suspicious. Never trust someone who comes into your home when you're not there. Trust me. It's how I lost my third wife.
it's a solid warning.
Very cool. All right. Well, you listen, I'll go check out the dining area. I am going to need to borrow another pillow. So you want me to take one of yours or go steal it from my normal stash?
Now you can have mine.
That's fantastic. I'm going to smell like you all week. Not going to regret that at all. And he takes one of your pillows and he heads on down into the kitchen. All right. So you've chatted up Meloria. You've got Finnegan on guard to listen in. Anything else want to do anything, or do we want to fast forward to everyone waking up from their naps and a nice warm dinner?
And nothing else I really want to do.
I think I'm
Yeah,
all right.
we don't have to play it out, but I would let everybody know
Okay, go around.
what
and-
happened with Meloria and
Yeah.
my suspicions at this point. So I'd fill in everybody else.
Okay, cool. Yeah, dinner rolls around. Alucrin and Meloria have cooked up a fantastic dinner. There was a few snafus at the very beginning, but they're not bringing any of that up. And they... You're welcome, Melissa.
Thanks. Thanks.
So, yeah, they get you, everyone seated in. They even managed to get Purge in here. It's a big deal. Everyone's back home. He set up at the far end of the table. They've got a reinforced bench made for him. Mainly he's down there because he does carry a little bit of smell with him. But, each their own.
Yep.
Eventually, Tosca and Meloria show up. I'm sorry, Meloria was already there setting things up. Tosca shows up. She kind of looks around and she'll probably go up to Grace like, "Oh, we haven't met yet. I'm Tosca, the new seamstress. Would it be okay if I sat next to you for dinner?" Grace, hello?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to somebody else. Hello. Yes, you can sit next to me, I suppose.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I've got stories out the wazoo. I can talk your ear off all night. We're going to have a great time. Does that sound good?
It sounds all right. Sorry, I'm just waking up.
I heard you and Valari were off taking naps. I can't imagine how exhausted you must be from all of your troubles. How long were you out on the road?
Oh, that's a good question. It seems like a while, but
I've been sleeping a while too.
Sleep is good. Well, let's not keep anyone waiting. Let's have our seats. And also, so Grace, all of you would see this too, but Grace, as you're heading to the spot she's indicating at the table, Finnegan kind of walks up and does that cat thing. I don't know cats, so I'm guessing on my best estimate of how I think cats behave. And it comes up and it does that thing where it kind of like walks and rubs itself against your leg a bit. Very odd behavior for Finnegan, but I would presume that you've been updated on the plan.
Yeah.
Oh, is this your little pet? I don't think I've met you. Finnegan kind of quickly looks up and gives you a little wink there, Grace. But then Tosca bends down and gives Finnegan some ear scratches, and Finnegan's really playing up the, puppy dog, I'm a pet kind of thing. But eventually Finnegan kind of breaks off, goes to his little pillow.
Isn't he cute?
Oh, he's absolutely adorable. I've never seen a pet fox before.
They're quite common in some places.
Oh, that's fantastic. I heard the smell can be a bit of a problem.
It can be. You just have to keep up with them.
Oh, that's fantastic to know.
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
I suppose that's good news. I mean, certainly, wouldn't want to find your faithful traveling companion offensive to the senses.
Hey, wait, what?
The fox.
Ah, yes, okay.
The fox. Yes, the fox. You all get seated. You're all kind of, at the head of the table. So everyone, your servants are everyone. So you're all within talking distance. I'll say Tosca. She's got Grace on one side, Meloria on the other side. Waits, you're directed towards the head of the table. Eventually, Finnegan sneaks over to Steely Dan, kind of whispers up at you from underneath your chair.
I'll kind of like lean down like I'm, give him some food and,
I gotta tell you there, boss. She's got an odd smell to her. Smells like she's carrying a bit of iron on her.
carrying it on her.
Well, iron something on her. Not like steel, like iron. And some wood. Old wood.
Old one. Anything that would, that might be used for.
Well, you gotta think about it. There's a group of real jerks running around these lands. And they hold two things in top regards. Iron and wood. Come on, it's like you're new to this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Rust Brothers, but
I gotta tell you, it's my first scent. I'm gonna head back. Feel free to feed me, or feel free to feed me whenever you want. I'm hungry, and that roast up there smells fantastic. It's been so long since I've had a cooked roast.
I'll get you a good cut.
Oh, that's fantastic there, boss. I'll keep my eyes on it. If I see anything else, I'll update you.
Yeah, if you see her trying to do something strange, maybe come.
If she's doing anything strange, you want me to just come tell you first, or you want me to handle it? Like, listen, just saying, if you want her head bit off, I can do it for you.
Let's try to keep it calm. We got other people here, but talk to me first.
Okay.
If I give you the bite, you go do the bite.
Sure thing. Listen, I'm a musician at heart, but I know my way around a battlefield.
So just don't want her, hurt one of our friends here.
Okay.
I think she's just here to gather information first.
Okay, cool. Finnegan heads on back. Small talk around the table starts up. People are talking about, projects, castle, how things are coming along. Heladim's talking to talking about, oh yeah, our patrols here and there. Purge is talking about all of the, small creatures that he's managed to eat that get close to his perimeter that he patrols along the forest. And Grace, the entire time, Tosca is just chatting your ear off, talking about, oh yeah, I've sewn this kind of thing and that kind of thing. Oh, I used to have this fantastic necklace. I had to leave it behind. I had a fantastic gemstone set into it. Can't remember what the gemstone was. Are you much for jewelry? Do you know?
Do you know
Got
what
any-
color it was?
Oh, I think it might have been red. Maybe it was a ruby or
A garnet, maybe?
oh, garnet. That's what it was. That's what it was. Thank you. Yeah. Are you a
Do
big
you have
fan?
a nickel allergy?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe is that common?
You would know.
Well, then maybe I don't then if I don't know.
Do you usually wear gold?
I used to every now and then.
Silver?
It's a little flashy for me. Especially since having to leave. I did sell off some of my jewelry to help pay for my trip up here.
Interesting.
Yeah. The rest of you all in conversation, but you can. Tosca's not trying to, be discreet about her conversation with Grace.
At a certain point, I will, since I've been put at the head of the table, I will offer up a toast. It'll begin fairly mundanely, welcoming friends and family, new friends, hearth, underneath our roof, and how filled with warmth our lives now are. And then I will sort of feign getting into sort of a drunken old man rant about those damn Rust brothers, and it's how great it is to not have their religious fervor here, their closed-mindedness and their ignorance and all sorts of sacrilegious things, just to see if it gets a rise out of her.
Sure. So now I'm gonna, Huxley, if you want, I'll let you carry over your success for earlier for that insight.
Sure.
But if anyone else is paying attention to how she's reacting to this, because I would imagine it's going to be obvious that Waits is poking. Anyone else who wants to pay attention to this, feel free to roll me an insight test.
Yeah, Waits has a goblet, and it looks like he's been drinking wine or booze, but he's really just been drinking water. So he's stone cold
switcheroo.
sober.
Yeah.
And he's doing, this is just like a performance of him.
Fantastic.
There are so many dice on my screen.
So many guys. Let's see. So we got a couple successes there.
All of the dice avoided the crap hole. Interesting.
They did.
Good job.
I know what
Dice.
it's
Good
about.
job, Dice.
Dan, you pulled 2. Melissa 1. Jen, Jake, sadly you did not pull any successes. But those of you with some successes, and Waits, I'll go ahead and kind of give it to you because you're very pointedly going into this. She's playing it cool. You can see she starts kind of squirming a little bit, a little uncomfortable, as she's kind of holding her goblet up, waiting for you to finish so she can take a drink. She's kind of clasping at something on her chest, underneath some clothing maybe. And after this discomfort, she goes and you can see she, especially Steely Dan with your 2 successes, she fakes taking a drink. Like her lips are closed as she puts the cup up to her, and she doesn't drink to that.
I mean, not surprised, but
Oh, Master Waits has already had a few. Maybe we can get some lively songs out of him later.
Are you okay? Are you choking? Do you need
Oh.
more water?
No, it's fine. Just, seamstress, I'm always working downwards with my arms, just holding my mug up for that long, kind of.
You were rubbing your chest, so I wasn't sure. We do
Oh.
have some people who can. Are you feeling ill?
No, I'm quite fine. I'm ready for
Alright.
the meal. I'm very ready. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's great. Happy to be
Oh.
here.
So, what are you working on right now?
Oh, Purge. She points out Purge. I'm making him a uniform. It's quite fantastic. Daffodils, heads on spikes, beer steins. He's gonna love it. Little vest, some trousers.
You don't like his loincloth?
It's fine, but he is working for a very nice castle. I mean, he, wouldn't hurt for him to, look a little nicer.
Do you not like my loincloth?
Well, I was gonna maybe talk to you about that later. See if maybe there's anything you would like me to make you. I'm quite skilled. What are some things you're interested in? I could certainly work that in.
I like being able to move my legs around.
Yes. A good pair of trousers let you move your legs around too, or maybe a dress of some form. We could leave the cut tie on it to give you maximum mobility.
You want me in a dress?
But I'm just offering. I don't know your personal style choices. No offense intended. Just trying to be helpful.
I'm just going to growl under my throat a little bit at her.
She shifts and scooches her chair just a little closer to Tosca. Well, I'm gonna talk to my friend. Excuse me.
Have you seen my Eurasian eagle owl? Her name's Asana. Asana!
And have Asana come land on my shoulder.
She's quite gorgeous.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, she is.
You all share quite the affinity with animals. That's impressive.
She gets hungry.
Oh, what does she eat? Like seeds or pine cone? Deer?
Deer. Yes, she's very hungry.
Okay.
At that point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up from the table, and as I scoot the chair back, I purposefully do it as noisy as I can. And I'll walk over to her and bend down, get this close to her face, and I'm just gonna look at her. And I'm gonna say, "Cut the shit. Why the fuck are you really here?" And then I'm gonna cast Stir the Blood.
Oh.
And I'm going to put 3 willpower into it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This is what happened is we have willpower to spend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you stir the blood, bring out strong emotions.
So I did get a random roll for mishap.
Yeah, what is that mishap?
Chickle mishaps.
Yeah. Where did we roll that, or do you roll that?
It's misgrown. I know we've got a table for it.
It's on 119 in the book.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've got it. That's where the bookmark is
Oh.
for me.
So yeah, that's a D
66.
Yeah, D66.
Oh, I was looking in the Game Master's book. Yeah, give me a D66 there.
All right.
Or if you just want to do 2D6, we'll take the first one as the 10 spot, and the second one is the singles. Now you got to do /R space.
Combine the 2 attempts, and then you got it.
Yeah.
Flash roll.
All
Okay,
right.
So
That would be
expand that out. That would be 13. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, that's not terrible.
that's cool.
So your reputation gets to increase by 1.
Wow.
But someone witnesses your magic and tells others.
Well, so with Stir the Blood, you're instilling an emotion.
Yeah.
And what I'd like to the emotion I'd like to instill at 3 willpower power level of 3
Yeah.
is terror.
Oh. She falls out the back of her chair. Just falls backwards, scrambling on the floor to get away with you.
I'm going to attempt to not let her go.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a test here.
Yeah.
Let's just do opposing move tests. I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a move test for her. What skill do you want to use and why?
I'm thinking might or endurance, but yeah, it would probably be like endurance to try and like make sure that she isn't able to move, and like I'm like kind of in a test of like holding out whether or not I can hold on and whether she can slip out.
Hang on. Let me do that again. Okay. She pulled a success.
Ooh.
Oh, hey. Captain Beard. Captain Redbeard. Oh, Captain Redbeard. Thank you for helping me out with that. Yeah, thanks for that follow.
Well,
Time.
So you would have needed to beat what she got. So you reach out and grab at her, but she twists away and scrambles across the floor to get away with you. I will tell you, for that one success, I'll give it. As she's scrambling away, a chain, like a necklace, kind of pokes its way over the top of her shirt or blouse, whatever. And it would be a roughly hewn and hammered lump of iron and what looks like an old dried piece of, think like driftwood or something like that, dangling on this chain. As she scrambles away to you. Heretics! I knew you were all heretics! This won't stand.
Bellari will give chase.
She's still in there. She's just on the floor trying to crawl away from Huxley. So you can very easily hop up and make it over to her.
Figure I'll maybe move forward the entryway, and I'll maybe
Block.
Snap Finnegan to come over to me.
So yeah, you and Finnegan start heading over to guard the exit. Bellari, you head over to try and
give him
catch
some meat while I'm over there.
Oh, he's like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, boss man.
Sana really wasn't going to eat you.
With heretics consorting with animals and dark magics, this cannot stand. It's not holy. As she's scrambling away. So Bellari, you catch up to her. What are you doing when you catch up with her, Bellari?
I'm just restraining her.
Okay, let's do the same thing. I'll do another move.
Restraining her around the neck.
Straining her.
No. Keeping her in place.
I got to fail, so go ahead and give me a test, your choice, as long as it makes sense.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do move. That's gonna be
Okay, cool.
one of my better ones. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You run over. She's kind of leaning all of her weight on kind of one of her elbows back behind her. She's on the ground. You kick her elbow out, and you manage to just swiftly roll her over. So you've got her face down on the ground with one of her arms like chicken winged up behind her back, holding her there. She's cursing and going on about heretics and heathens. How are the rest of you handling the situation?
Is Courage still here?
Oh yeah, he's up and he's tromping on over.
Yeah. I guess I'll just like very casually kind of feet up on the table, just be like, "Hey, Courage, you want to help Bellari restrain that crazy lady?"
Yeah, I got this.
Restrain, like not
hurt too bad. Sure thing, boss.
right.
And Courage just comes up, kind of slightly roughly kind of pushes Bellari, not so much that he's trying to throw you off, but just kind of inserts himself in that position and picks her up, shoulder, like down the arms just a little bit, and just lifts her up like a small child. Is just holding her there. She's kicking her feet. She's yelling. Her arms are pinned down to her side. I got her. You want me to throw her at a wall?
No.
Oh man, I thought this was one of them puppy situations.
Main. Oh God. Courage, you are a very colorful man.
What have you ever? Never mind.
Bellari,
One of those puppy situations.
Implies he's had so many of these before.
All right, no walls.
Right now, we'll revisit that in a bit. Depends on her answers to some of the questions that we're gonna ask.
Bellari's going to ask just straight out, who sent you?
I'll never betray my vows. Yeah, I will tell you nothing.
Go ahead and just lightly show her the wall. Don't just show her the wall. Just it's a visual thing.
Visual. All right, so Courage walks over and just kind of tilts her down and just presses her head into the wall.
Nose.
Just full on. Like maybe he like moves her in a little bit of a circle just to really rub it in. Is that good enough?
It will depend.
And
Yeah,
that'll
I'll try
do.
again. Who sent you?
he moves, kind of like puts her right in front of you, Bellari, and she's like, "Oh, my vows are sacred, and I'm on a holy mission. You'll get nothing from me."
Let me double check if I can change that.
Listen, I'm not one to torture, so if any of y'all got any tricks of the trade that you would like to use at this point, now would be a good time.
Finnegan looks up to you, Steely Dan, like, "I can, you want me to, maybe bite a leg off?"
Oh no, not yet.
No. We'll just put her in the prison with the Minotaur if we have to. We're not gonna do anything terrible.
You consort with monsters like minotaurs? I knew you were all heretics.
Huxley, how long does your fear last?
It lasts for
I
one
would say
turn.
it should still be in effect. So Huxley, if you want to take an action to take advantage of her intense fear of you right now.
Yeah, I will just slowly, without saying a word, purposefully, giving her the mean mugging look that Huxley does, just ever so slowly get closer and closer to her while they were asking these questions.
Sure.
And then when I get in real close proximity with her, I'll sort of act like a lot of people's base assumptions about orcs, and I'll start slavering, and I'll start breathing really heavy out of my mouth, and looking like I'm really hungry. And I'll come
it is
over.
dinner time.
Yeah.
You get up. She's just got this like flop sweat with fear. Pupils have gone wide. Fine. Just don't. I came to find out about the crown.
Have you ever seen your own art?
Please don't. Please. Listen, don't, please.
Did you know it takes about half a minute for you to die without it? You would
please,
see
I'm
me
sorry.
consume your own art.
Don't. I'll leave. I won't cause any trouble. I won't tell them anything. Just please don't. Don't, please.
It is still dinner time.
Um,
I haven't had dessert.
she faints from the fear.
Well,
I've been waiting to do this all day, so I pick up the bucket that I was going to throw on Balare, and I dump it on her instead.
She comes to. Like, please don't eat my heart.
Okay.
Please, I'll leave. I won't
Okay.
tell him anything.
Who's they? Who went and gave you the whose orders are you working on?
I'm working for. Hang on a second. I have a very specific name I can give you.
As she starts to become compliant, I start to back up.
Okay.
I'm going to look at everybody else gathered around the. Looking at everybody else at the feasting table, and I'm just like, oof.
Cartorda.
Awkward.
Prince Cartorda.
Prince Cartorda. Where can we find old Prince Cartorda?
He's in Hagler's house.
Hagler's house. Okay. And how did he come about learning about this crown and learning about us?
He's been searching for it. For the king. We heard rumors that there was a group collecting the pieces.
Yeah, I see. And what were you supposed to do?
I was gonna find out what you had and what you knew and report back. So if you had it, they could come and take it. And if anyone wants to give me a lore test for any more information on this name. But yeah, I was
Dan,
supposed
do you
to
want to do that?
find out
I can do that too for one.
what you had, what you knew, and report back. He needs the crown and all the gems.
What was the manner in which you were going to communicate with him?
After I found out the information I needed, I was going to slip out.
Just go see him directly, send a messenger, code of some kind.
I was going to head back there directly. Prince Cartorda, that is Rust Prince Cartorda, the leader of the Rust Brothers, who answers directly to King Zatira.
Boy, oh boy.
We're getting attention.
I hate to suggest something quite so unsavory, but I could just take her appearance and then we could go instead.
Sounds like a wonderful plan. Helena, we got a room somewhere in the castle here we can kind of affix as some kind of cell for our friend, can't we?
Yeah, we got cells down below.
I'm not one for execution. Sorry, Kirk. But we sure as hell can't let her go free. Right?
That's a question to the group, I think.
I mean,
Yeah, it is.
At this moment, I don't think so.
Exactly.
I think she thinks I'm a monster too.
He's quite judgy.
When
That's
you
true.
take
She is.
one's appearance, do you smell like them too?
Take one's appearance. Are you asking this to her?
To Dan. Didn't
Oh,
you say you
to
could look like her?
I
Oh,
can. It says you assume another person's appearance completely, even if they're the opposite sex or another kin.
Appearance.
So
I
assume
just
not
think
to-
we should maybe take her clothes and make it more authentic and,
Dependent as well.
Oh, there's a pendant?
She has a pendant.
With the iron and the wood on it.
I had no
Yes.
idea.
Our little fox friend smelled.
Super authentic.
Yeah.
That made the odor authentic.
Then
Well,
you'll smell like her too. You'll be the full package.
Yeah. That can be something we could put in our back pocket for later. I don't know if we're going to be heading straight down there, but
Sure, we could find a loincloth or something for her to wear.
Make her
Yeah,
own.
Kerr, give her your loincloth.
Not right now, though.
You saw the look of excitement in Kirk's eye. The only thing that stopped him from immediately ripping his cloth off was the fact that he was still holding her. So he was like, well, what do I do with this? But, okay. Yeah.
Later.
Okay,
Go
boss.
ahead. Yeah.
Flapping in the breeze.
And so everyone else is around the table in the room.
I'm over by the
Oh,
door.
yeah. The entire staff
Oh,
is here.
staff
Everyone's
and-
witness to it.
Everyone.
But these are the trustworthy folk. that
Yeah,
we've known
these are
for a
your
bit.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just generally wanted to say that we need to be careful that folks who come here have been invited to come here.
Yeah, with that, Alecrim, he's going to start apologizing. He's just like, I vouched for her. I brought her in. I'm so sorry about this. I had no idea. I will never let this happen again.
I think what we may do in the future, if we send someone here, we will give them a code word so that when they arrive, you know that we sent them, because we will only send folks.
I
with a
believe
code
we
word.
did that with those farmers, and that the password was hootie hoo.
Oh, yeah.
It's in my notes. It's in my
Look at
notes.
us being smart.
But I will say though, like we're getting larger, and we're going to be getting folks, laborers and such, that are coming here. We're hiring from neighboring towns,
Gotta be
and we're
hard
going
to
to be
vet.
getting passersby. Yeah,
I know.
well,
I
we
don't-
need to.
I wonder if that password is complex enough.
Maybe
Need some
we
special
need
characters.
some special characters and numbers and capitalization changes.
Well, at least just make it a bit more complex. I would recommend hootie hoo.
And that's true. And we could require changing it like every 90 days or something like that.
Oh,
Hoo-tee-hoo. Yeah.
On top of passwords, could we instill in our group a number of questions to ask? Like, have you killed anyone?
Recently.
you killed any of the dead? How many?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, exactly.
I do think, though, that we should have, we do have an open door policy to some degree, but there are sensitive areas and sensitive information that we shouldn't be sharing, like our whereabouts, where we intend to go, things we intend to keep here. These are things that we got to keep secret. And so as much as people might want to talk about our exploits, I think it's best if all y'all just didn't say anything about our exploits, saying we're off in the wild somewhere doing adventurous things.
Meloria, she is very sheepishly staring down at the floor, realizing exactly what you're getting at. And I'm sorry. I will never make this mistake again.
I pull out a crossbow. No, you won't.
Then again, 2 snacks tonight. No.
Kirk, get her. No, it's all right, Meloria. It's all an innocent mistake. This woman just took advantage of her kindness, is what she did. That's what these rust folk do. Take advantage of people and try to instill upon them their own kind of beliefs. And all they do is hate. You were just being a kind, friendly folk, welcoming someone in who tried to tell us a story about her woe and her past. Just taking advantage of you is all she is. But we just got to be more guarded is all.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Again, I'm not much one for execution. Who am I to say what's to be done with her? But I will say this, she has wronged us. She has wronged our house. And for that, I think at the very least, and she also poses an existential threat to our mission. So we need to keep her locked up here until such time she no longer poses that threat.
Yeah.
Aladdin hops up like we certainly have cells down below. It is not a problem for us to put her there and ensure that she does not see the light of day until a time in the future when you decide so. If you
You'll
decide
treat her
so.
well, though.
Yes.
Feed her. Treat her well.
You know what else makes it so you don't see the light of day? Digging a hole.
Like a crap hole.
No, like where I bury all my goodies. But this would be a bad hole for her.
I
I
want
mean,
to see.
a crap hole would be a bad hole for her.
Please don't bury me in crap. I will go to your jail, your prison, and I won't cause any trouble.
You're going to go ahead and you're going to tell us everything you know about Hagler's house, about Russ Prince Katorda, and everything about your mission to come spy on us. Every little detail. And if any of us suspect you of withholding something or of altering the truth, you're going in the crap hole.
Okay.
Prison's getting upgraded to crap hole.
Yeah. She'll spill the beans, right? She is a priestess of him, the wife of Horn, I think it is. I'm not remembering the exact deity names. I'll have to look in the book again. She's a priestess. She's worked her way up through the ranks. She was handpicked. Rustin Heme, yeah. So she's a priestess of Heme. So, yeah, she was handpicked because of her, she's good at talking to people and getting information in a peaceful way. And she had a skill with actually being a tailor. So that was a good cover story. She was sent to very specifically see if you have the Stannengeist or any of the gems, find out where they were at, finding out what your plans with them were, getting any information on the castle's defenses, and then return back to report that information so that the Rust Prince could lead a force here in person and take all that you have.
So like the idea I kind of have is like, because Dan mentioned it, like going in her stead as, kind of is trying to like learn everything we can about her contacts, the people that she would meet, so that we can feed Dan as much information as he can to make it look truthful,
seem authentic.
Sure.
Yeah. Then spin a yarn to like basically get them off our case. Like we're not involved. We don't have anything. Like this is the false alarm, that kind of stuff. So where they're not.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I'll tell you what, if you poke for that information, she'll spill the beans. You've got her broken at this point. So, I personally don't have that information, but when it comes up,
That's what I figured,
we'll hardcore wing that. So yeah, there is more than enough personal information, her friends, where she's supposed to report in at, any secret information she's supposed to convey. Every bit of information that she has, she's an open book to providing Steely Dan the information to be able to pass as her without a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, but Laurie definitely wanted to know when she was supposed to be reporting back. Like if there was like a time frame, or they would send someone after if she hadn't reported back by a certain.
She's been given a month, and if her job isn't done in a month, she was going to meet someone at the ruins of Candlekeep and report back to them, and then return to her post. Their contact's just a Rust brother.
That might even be the easiest approach.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she had a month.
Just by time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hagler's house is a heck of a
kind
of a heck of a hike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can show up as her in Candlekeep and say these guys seem like a bunch of clowns. They're just running around gathering junk up.
Sure.
So I'm
Totally devout. to Rusted Ham and like totally devout. They're cool people. Love them.
Basically just going around trying to find people to come work
Okay.
here for us.
Since she's so forthcoming, can we make sure that there was not supposed to be any kind of communication until that month was up?
Yeah, silence. They're not going to be sending anyone in to mess up her cover. She's not going to be sending out any kind of communications.
Correspondence, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very much report back as soon as you can, or if your job still isn't done, meet at Hagler's house in a month. She's been here for, we'll call it about a week. So you got about 3 weeks until that meetup at Candlekeep. Okay.
All right.
So-
So just gotta keep her healthy.
I think we've retrained everyone on how to
Yeah.
improve our defenses.
If you see something, say something. It's really what it boils
That's
down to.
it.
Succinctly put.
Now,
All right.
do we want to make, this is like kind of just to the group, assuming we meet at some point later, like, do we want to go to Pelagia first and return for this mission, or we want to linger for a bit here so that we don't miss that deadline?
Let's
tough.
see.
How long do we think we would be gone if we went to Pelagia?
I'm looking that up. I don't remember how long it
Probably-
takes.
It's like I mean, considering how long it's going to take to travel there and back, whatever we got to do while we're there, expect at least a week or two.
Yeah.
We'll be gone.
It's like
I-
20 tiles.
I think I counted it up. The most direct route is 15 tiles.
Yeah. Which is
So-
like, is it 4 a day or 3 a day?
I think
3 a
that
day, I
sounds
think.
right. I'm going to
Something
look
like
up the
that. So-
specific number, but yeah.
It's like
I think it's 3 a
5-ish.
day.
Yeah. So like 10 days of travel there and back. And then however long it takes us to do what we got to do. So figured 2 weeks we'll be gone. Assuming
So
We
regular
can get captured and killed.
regular terrain on horse, you can move 3 hexes a quarter day. On foot, it's 2 hexes a quarter day. And that's presuming that there's nothing that might delay you on the way.
Right.
It's probably bears mentioning. We could get like a boat at Cold Gulch, maybe. Would that be faster?
Traveling by boats. So you're talking about traveling straight east, getting a boat, and then traveling around. That would be a lot more hexes.
That's
Plus
why I
water
don't know if it'd be
encounters.
faster or not, but it may not be worth thinking about.
Anger Bay sounds like a wonderful place to visit.
Oh yeah. Well, when you put it that way.
Is that a giant snake on the map?
Let's go visit that. That's a very peculiar shaped island. It's like
Yeah.
a giant serpent in the water.
Maybe that's a bad idea.
I would have to.
Oh no, I'm all down. I'm down for it.
I'll look up and see how fast it'll be to travel there on boats.
We're going to travel on a boat?
Maybe.
It's just
I-
an idea. You know?
I didn't like the air balloon. What makes you think I like water?
Do you drink it?
I'm not a water walker. I'm a fire walker. I mean, if it was ice, I'd be more inclined.
Don't
But then I'd
think-
be an ice walker.
we don't like
True.
them.
No, don't like ice walkers.
I was with you on the
They ruined
airboat.
the
That
endings
was
of
not an
movies,
option.
TV shows.
Mm-mm.
Water may be okay if we stick close to the shore, perhaps.
Yeah, that's right. Weren't we in a ship crash, like a ship sunk in our history?
Oh,
Larry?
yeah.
You
And it
Dan?
actually, it looks
Yeah.
like there's
Oh,
no speed benefit to going on a boat.
Okay, then
It just allows us to travel
On water.
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives
Well,
us the
islands, et
option
cetera.
to whittle if we want.
Yeah, I mean, we'll help Kirk dig out some more crap holes. Speaking of which, I got this piece of parchment here about what I think the crap holes should look like in the future, and then I'll sort of pass around my charcoal doodle of where we hide our stuff.
Cool.
I mean, I think it'd take about a week to dig up one of these.
So yeah, heading to Pelagia over land, you would be looking at about 4 days to get there. So plan on 8 days
By the time
travel.
we get there, do our thing and whatnot there too would also put us at above a week.
Yeah.
So we would have to be delayed by like 3 weeks if
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we're delayed by 3 weeks, we probably already have bigger problems at that point. I will take a look at the charcoal sketching and be like, well, I guess we can fire that builder now. I got Osborne on the case. And just continue passing it around. Look at this diagram. Architectural genius.
Okay. So I'm going to flag it for plan for next session. You're all going to head on down to Pelagia. And then when you get back, you'll have time to meet that Rust brother in Candlekeep. Cool. Well, with that, we hit time. I was planning on doing 2 hours, but we were at it hard, so we made it to 3 hours. So go us.
We didn't even get Minotaur yet.
Am I right? Am I doing math wrong, Jeff?
No,
You got
it's 2 hours.
It's two.
It's 2
Is
hours.
it?
I'm like,
Put it
we've been
one,
playing for 3 hours?
1 to
Like,
2,
oh, no,
3. Oh, shit, it is 2. I'm just real bad at math. I'm just real bad at
Our
math.
call started a while ago.
Oh, that must be
That's
it.
true.
I'm counting
Yeah.
it from, okay. Okay.
There we go. I got an out for you.
Thanks, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
it's got
it.
your back.
We've been here for 3 hours.
Yes. So bad at math. Let's do some questions. Did you participate? You get an XP for it. Did you travel at least one hex? Nope. Discover a new adventure site? No.
Nope.
Defeat one or more monsters? I'll give you that. Taking out, a
Spy in our
priestess,
midst.
a spy. Did you find any treasure? Probably not.
Nope.
Did you
Does a
build?
necklace count?
Well, I guess you did take her necklace. If you want to count that, I'm all for it.
Trying.
Did you build a function of your stronghold? Yeah, you're having them start building a
Shrine.
shrine. So yeah. Anyone activate their pride? No? Okay. Anyone feel like they suffered from their dark secret?
I haven't even had an opportunity to do that in so long.
I brought my own up, but yeah, I did.
Okay, go ahead. Did anyone risk their life for another PC? I don't really think so. Does anyone think that they performed an extraordinary action of some kind? That's up to you. So now reputation points. So Adam Huxley got one earlier. Prominent NPC was killed or saved from death. No. Feared monster slain. No. Legendary treasure artifact. No. A deed permanently altered an overall situation in an adventure site. A deed will have significant consequences for one of the major powers in the Forbidden Lands. I think yes on that. You've attracted the attention. You've rooted out that the leader of the Rust Brothers has eyes on you. Yeah, I think everyone can go ahead and take a reputation point for that.
Fortunately, they don't seem confident of what we do or don't have. So,
But still,
but they still, thinking about us.
yeah. All right. So, Jeff and Melissa, what can people look forward to on the Lollygaggers?
Yeah,
Join us in
later.
a few hours.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 hours from now, right? Yeah, 5 hours from now over on twitch.tv/lollygaggers. We are playing Worlds Without Number, continuing our science fantasy hex crawl. Then Monday, back on our channel, we'll be starting a brand new game, Ultraviolet Grasslands. Chuck, Dan, and Melissa are in that game. Let's see. What else we got? Delta Green's on Friday normally, and we also have an alternating Monday Alien game. You can come check us out as well.
Very cool. Jen.
Hey everybody, this is Jen. You can just check me out on my Twitch channel, Pixel Prowler. I will be putting my new schedule up tomorrow. So,
Very cool.
thanks
Adam?
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like to plug what I plugged again at the beginning. It's the new ancestry for Zweihander that Grim Umbrella Studios made. Worked really hard on it. And, it has the same artist as the rest of the game. It has Dan Mandich illustrating what you could turn out to be. So if you'd like to play a more demon-like ancestry and Zweihander, go ahead and check it out.
Very cool. Let's see. Tomorrow, Sunday night, you can catch Jeff and I over on Steam Steal and Murder. We're getting back at some Shadowrun, so check that out. And here on Defenders this coming week, every Wednesday, we got our Pathfinder campaign, Fallen Kingdom of Ruse. The party has captured would-be assassin, and it's going to start questioning on them about what the fuck's up with this crazy thieves guild in town.
And we learned how to get information out of him from this session. We just threatened to bury him in a crap hole.
That's
it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Also, this coming Friday, we're kicking off another brand new Pathfinder campaign. This is going to be the Saviors of Rue. So 2 side-by-side campaigns for Pathfinder 2. So you're welcome. And then this coming Saturday over on twitch.tv/Goodman Games Official, we're starting up the Crypt of the Devil Lich Kickstarter on Goodman Games did. It's supposed to be the most difficult dungeon ever since the Tomb of Horrors. Should be fun. 15th level, 5th ed D&D. We're going to have special guest player Jordan, the PH is silent. So check that shit out. It'll be great. I don't know. That's what I got. Let me click a few buttons and we'll get the fuck out of here. So until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and go get your vaccine. Deuces.